was filmed on Planet Reebok.
Hey, remember when the World Cup was here in America? The color, the celebration. Goal! Well, while soccer was here in America, people started talking about it.
And people were wondering when the U.S. would become an international power in soccer.
Yeah, but what's weird about that is that the U.S. has not only won the World Championship of Soccer, we're the reigning world champions.
That's right. In 1991, the United States team beat Norway 2-1 to win the first ever World Championships of Soccer.
Wait a minute, let me get this straight. We're the reigning world champions, and people are saying that we're still years away from even becoming competitive? How does that happen?
It happens because the winning goal of the tournament was kicked by Michelle Akers-Stahl. It's the U.S. women's team that is the reigning world champions.
Today on PETV, when we talk about sports, we're talking about women.
Generations of women have fought for the same rights to enjoy sports that men have been encouraged to play their entire lives.
They demanded from an indifferent and sometimes hostile society equal chances, equal funding, and equal recognition.
We weren't embraced in high school or colleges as great athletes because there weren't any programs that had stature.
There were no professional opportunities. There was no national championship for tennis or basketball or field hockey.
I couldn't ride in the team car because they didn't have NCAA insurance because I couldn't pass the male equipment physical.
Our schools didn't have swimming pools, and what gym facilities they had were for the men, for the boys.
The guys had the new basketballs, they had the nice gym with the fiberglass backboards, and we had what was called the girls' gym. And that always meant it was, you know, second to nothing type of facilities.
It didn't occur to anyone that girls would ever or should ever participate in sports, do running, anything like that.
And when I was growing up and they said, no, you can't because you're a girl, what kind of reason is that? You know, if you told me no, you couldn't because you can't throw the ball as hard or you can't run as fast, I could live with it, you know, but not because I was a girl.
Women and girls have the equal right to participate in sports. It's the law. It's called Title IX. In its own words, Title IX guarantees an equal opportunity to participate.
And it's from that level playing ground that equal funding and recognition is most likely to come.
Title IX of the Equal Education Amendments Act was passed in 1972, and basically it said that any institution that receives federal funds cannot discriminate on the basis of sex. This meant that for the first time, women had to be given equal opportunities to participate in sports in high school and colleges.
Donna DeVerona, who's one of the founders of the Women's Sports Foundation, she came and talked to all of us about Title IX and our scholarships and things like that. And it sort of, you know, got me thinking about how much I owed to this piece of legislation and how if it wasn't for my scholarship, I never would have been there in the Olympics.
Because of Title IX, it changed my life. I mean, I was a poor kid from New York with one parent, and the fact that I was able to have over 100 scholarship offers. I mean, I would not have been in college. We might not be doing this interview today if I didn't have the opportunity to play intercollegiate basketball at Old Dominion.
If a man is an athlete, he's seen as the model of masculinity.
But girls and women who are athletes are often perceived as being less than feminine, even in PE class.
And this is more than just a curious double standard. It's why a lot of women just drop out of sports.
Young girls leave sport because it's no longer fun for them. There's too much pressure. There's too much social stigma. They are called tomboys. When they get to be 14 or 15, they're called lesbians, and that is very fearful.
I was telling a friend, you know, that I just broke an American record, and she goes, well, gosh, that's great, but at least I have dates. And to her, you couldn't have both.
When you look at it when you're in junior high and high school, you're really scared of that, you know, because you don't want to grow up with guys not liking you. But I tell you what, when you get in college and the guys have grown up a little bit more, they're going for the athletic type. And, you know, so you just hang in there.
We asked these athletes about the many obstacles for girls and women in sports.
And what are they? Where do they come from? And how did these athletes get past them?
It was tough. I got made fun of a lot, and people were constantly getting on me, calling me, you know,
different names like Thunder Thighs and whatnot because I've always had really strong, big legs.
I'd always make sure that I was home from practice soon enough to go to the Friday night football game and go to the after-game dance. But when it came close to nationals, I couldn't do that. And my boyfriend would say, you're going to give everything to swimming. You should, you know, relax, smell the roses. And all your friends aren't, they're going out and they're calling you and they're saying, they don't mean to undermine you, but the message is you're really strange, you're weird, why are you doing this?
The coach used to yell at the guys for letting me beat them. You know, how can you let a girl be beating you and what's wrong with you guys? And used to have these team meetings and things like that. And I pulled him aside one day and said, you know, it'd really be nice just to be appreciated for being a good athlete and have me be just like everybody else that's out there. And you're not making it very easy for me to be here and work out every single day. And you know what? He never said a thing after that.
I've played on the national team for 7 years now, and from the first year I played on it to now, the difference in the money we're getting and the exposure we're getting is amazing.
So we've gone about, I'd say, half the battle. We're about 33% of all sporting opportunities at the high school and college level are for women. So we've gone about halfway. But then, as far as participation goes, but we still have a long way to go. There's still another huge quantum leap that we can make, that we really need to make, and that there's no reason why we shouldn't make.
One of the things that young girls need today is encouragement from boys to be, that it's great. I think it's great that you can beat me in a foot race. You know, let's do it again. I want to try to beat you by next week. That kind of competition is healthy.
I've had grown men come up to me and say, you know, I really, really enjoyed watching you at the Olympics this year. You know, it was really impressive what you were doing. And it means a lot to have a man say that to me.
I tell you, sometimes just the littlest things that guys say can make such a big difference. Just to honor what they're doing, just to recognize that they're out there working very, very hard and they're trying to be the best just as much as the guys are.
We also asked these women why it was important for girls to get involved in sports.
If you think about the fact that if you exercise 2 hours a week, you lessen your chance of breast cancer. If you think about statistics that girls that play in high school sports are 3 times more likely to graduate from high school, 92% less likely to take drugs, and the same for unwanted pregnancies, and the same for abuse by other people, that there's a good reason to stay in sport. And it doesn't have to be at the elite level. It could just be so you participate and stay healthy.
The things that you learn in sports, you have a very hard time learning in other places. It's things like how to win, how to lose, how to postpone short-term gratification for long-term rewards, how to be part of a team. You know, you can't teach teamwork up there on a blackboard. You know, you have to learn by doing.
For me, sports became my outlet to succeed and go to a higher level. I'm healthy, I'm confident. If I never ever play again, I'll be fine because of all the things that athletics taught me and all the opportunities that Title IX has given me is what I am today.
It builds their self-esteem, it builds their confidence, and more than anything, it gives them strength and power. And strength and power give people courage. And to live in this world, you need courage. Sport is one way to get it.
We finally made it here to the Waldorf Astoria for the big gala event. Now inside, this is very cool, inside there are decades of women pioneers in sports. You got the older women and now the younger women who have been just blazing a trail for all you girls and women out there who want to get involved in sports, and it's pretty cool. We're going to go inside and see what it's all about, but before we do, am I looking all right, huh? What do you think?
This is the best women's sport event in the world. There is no other place other than the Olympic Games that so many athletes get together in one place to all for the same purpose. And it's not winning gold medals, it's really raising money so that little girls following in their footsteps don't have to face the barriers that they face.
This is a tremendous honor for me, and just to be here surrounded by so many great athletes, past and present, and they're women athletes at that.
You watch TV and you hear the stories and all the accomplishments of male athletes, but it was really great, you know, hearing the stories of women that I've seen on TV and seen compete, and also some that I haven't.
You clean up well, you know.
Well, thanks.
I think the key thing with athletics is just how much it shows you in life as far as being a team player, as far as learning to go for your goals, learning how to fight for what you believe in, and learning how to work hard and to really give your best effort.
Everyone can want so much for you, but if you don't want it for yourself, it's not going to happen. And you can make it happen if you believe in yourself.
Stick with it. If it doesn't seem like there are any opportunities, to stick with it and keep trying, and approach people like the Women's Sports Foundation for opportunities.
Liz, if someone were to say to you, you can have one wish, you can change one thing about women in sports, what would that be?
I would have to say to get the same recognition, exposure, prize money, etc., as men, because we do the exact same job as they do, if not better.
Most important thing to do is keep trying all different kinds of sports. And you want to pick one that you love, that you're passionate about, that is just right for you, given your ability and your size. And if you keep trying new ones, you're going to find something that you're going to participate in for a lifetime.
Now, okay, Julie, but what was your real, I mean, come on, the real big highlight tonight, the big highlight, come on.
I must say it's those black, shiny shoes you're wearing tonight.
Try a bunch of different areas of life. Try art, try music, try sport, try any different category you think you might like, acting, whatever. You never know where your calling is unless you give it a shot.
Recognize how much power that you really have to make a difference in how your whole school views something.
It all comes down to you have to enjoy it, or else you're never going to end up doing it, or doing it to a degree that's successful.
Give it your best shot, and that might mean making some sacrifices, because the only way you get to be great is by giving yourself the opportunity to succeed.
If you want something bad enough, it'll happen if you're willing to make the sacrifices. And when you do it, it doesn't even seem like sacrifices.
Don't let anything stand in the way of what you really want.
You're living your dream.
Nobody else is going to hand it to you.
Don't let anybody take your dreams away. You can learn self-esteem and confidence through sport. And it's not about winning Olympic gold medals. It's about wanting to win and having an opportunity and a place and support in which to show off your talents and feel good about yourself. Because in the end, that's all it's about, is feeling good about yourself. And you can't let anybody take that away.
For more information, call the Women's Sports Foundation at 1-800-227-3988. Call us.
Shaking, really shaking, bake, she's got skills. Watch her slipping and a sliding, working.